Familiar foes inside the Arrington Ice Arena. It's the Slaats Cup semifinal. Winner to the championship to try and take the title and advance to the NCAA tournament. It's the Concordia University of Wisconsin Falcons and your Adrian College Bulldogs. Hello, everyone. Alex Herman joined alongside by Dylan Knighton up here in the booth. Happy to see you all on this nice Saturday afternoon for some women's NCAA D3 play. It doesn't get much better than this. These two teams, of course, we know, played earlier on at the start of February. That was a split series, a 1-0 win for Concordia on day one, 3-2 in overtime for the Bulldogs on day two. That was senior day as well. A lot on the line for these two teams. Of course, we talked about, for the NCHA, not the strongest conference in women's D3 play this year, but you have to win the conference to go to the tournament. What should we look forward to here tonight?
Definitely. You hit the nail on the head right there, Herm. It's definitely about getting that win. Definitely for Adrian trying to capitalize on their opportunities that they might get on the power play. Their percentage is significantly higher than University of Concordia, so I think they're going to be dangerous on the power play. Something to look out for sure.
Absolutely. We'll take a look at some of the season statistics for the Falcons this year. They're 26-1 overall. They're 13-4-1 in the NCHA. They wound up finishing third place in that conference, one spot behind Adrian College. You look at the national ranking, though, it's a little bit interesting for them. They're not ranked in the coaches poll, so they're outside of the top 15, and in the MPI ranking, they're number 19. So for them, they're also not a team that's high enough in the national poll to try and get that automatic bid into the national tournament, which means a win in the semifinal matchup in the Slaats Cup will help them get to the championship and then ultimately to the finals. I think one of the most interesting things to note, we go back to that last matchup, a player who is absolutely stand out for the Falcons. That was Cammie McCardle. This season, 16 games played, 11-5-0 on the year, a .927 save percentage and a .205 GAA. That's pretty good. But you look at the two games that we saw in the beginning of February. Between those two games, exactly 100 shots sent her way. Only 3 goals went in. 97 out of 100 shots were stopped. That's pretty impressive. How do you think that she's going to try and help her team here today?
Well, she's their backstop for sure, and it's going to be a big performance that the Falcons will be expecting from her, and looking forward to seeing the action between the two teams, honestly.
Knowing that the Bulldogs outshot them in both of those contests, what do you think as far as adjustments in their strategy they're going to have to make to try and make this a clean win?
Like we said before, kind of talked about the power play. I think the important thing in terms of strategy is just to really just stay out of the box and, try to prevent everything from going on net. Shots, blocking shots and taking pride in playing defensively and that kind of stuff. So, yeah.
Absolutely. I think Concordia is definitely going to have their work cut out for them. This is a tough team in Adrian College. We'd like to argue that they should be higher up in the rankings nationally, but they're not. They had a couple of games earlier on in the year that they dropped to some unranked opponents that really weighted unfavorably in their favor, and that's where they are right now. So we'll look at their stats. They're 22-3-0 on the year, 15-1-2 in the conference, second in the NCHA. Not so bad. 7th nationally in the coaches poll, but 13th in the MPI, which is the rankings that the NCAA uses for the seeding. Last week, they smoked Trine in the quarterfinals. It was a 7-0 win on the first day, 12-1 win. Easy cleanup for the Bulldogs, and of course, a lot riding on this for them because we saw how close the last time they played the Falcons was, and they're going to have another tough test again. When playing in tougher opponents, I've noticed a couple of times throughout the course of the season, they've dropped it down early in games, and that was something that we saw in the second game against Concordia. They went down 30 seconds into the game, and it was 2-0. They had to battle back. If they're going to win this game, I think one of the biggest things is they've got to watch out for their lead changes. But going for their strategies, what do you think they're going to have to do to win this one?
Definitely for Adrian, it's about establishing early on in the game, getting that lead right away as soon as they can, because as you said, in the past that hasn't been as effective for them. Going down early is it would be kind of tough. So for the Bulldogs, I think it's getting on the board early, just trying to establish that early on.
hot start is going to be crucial for these Bulldogs. Need to play a full 60 minutes and win this one as fast as possible. Starting lineups now being read. We're going to get the national anthem and step aside. We'll be back for puck drop. It's the semifinals of the Slaats Cup. You're watching Bulldog Hockey on ACTV. Rebound in front, loose, they score! The Bulldogs strike first!
Continue to take pride and learn from Asa Mahan's leadership today. 161 years of commitment to harnessing the power of creativity, ingenuity, community, and academic excellence.
I believe that if you get your degree here, the world is going to feel like it's shrinking.
To become a future Bulldog and get recruited by Adrian College? Do you display characteristics of tenacity, drive, and determination? With over 50 teams on campus, there are plenty of opportunities to further both your athletic and academic career. For all recruiting inquiries, head to www.adrianbulldogs.com and click on the Recruit Me tab at the top right of your screen. Your future with the Bulldogs is closer than ever.
Slaats Cup semifinal on a Saturday. It's Concordia University of Wisconsin and your Adrian College Bulldogs. Alex Herman and Dylan Knighton up here in the booth. Happy to have you all join us here on a nice Saturday afternoon. We'll take a look at the starting lineups for both of these sides. First for the Falcons, it's going to be Naomi Black, Michaela McGowan, Amanda Bauer, your forward, Scout Stromberg, Brenna Grace Dittmer on the back end, and Cammie McCardle in net. For the Bulldogs, we have Courtney Ben, Eilina Delpida, Tia Lascelles, Catherine Trubin, Maya Roy, and Annie Gilbert will go to center ice. 20 minutes up on the score clock. Everybody gathered at center, and we are underway at the AIA Slaats Cup semifinals. We'll start things out. Tia Lascelles will go retrieve the puck in the corner. Lost it to the stick of McGowan. Up the wall it goes. Back to the neutral zone as it's locked up in front of the scorer's table. Pushed out, it's Lascelles, who will skate back to her own blue line. Goes off the boards for Ben, who has a small step ahead. Steal there along the blue. Back to the far corner, going to retrieve it is Dittmer. Ripped up the wall. Stops on the top of the circle as Catherine Trubin will caress a feed. Back in the neutral zone, lost in the feet. Courtney Ben couldn't find it. There's a steal almost for Mackerel as this is connected to Ben. First 45 seconds gone. Carrying this down, it's Mackerel. Lets a shot go and up, deflected into the netting. We'll get our first whistle. 18:58 left to go here in the first period.
Well, no shots on goal yet. Herm. Kind of been a neutral zone battle so far. Not much else to say than that.
Sure, for a lot of the beginning part of this game, it's going to be more of a feeling out process. Playoff hockey, of course, always tightly contested, and you don't want to give any inches of room on the frozen surface. And especially knowing last time these two teams played, both of the games were 1-goal affairs after the final buzzer. I'm sure we'll see a similar result here today. Escorted to the wall is Spedger. Johnson trying to find some room. Simon along the outside wall, goes down low for Johnson. Back pass in the slot. There was room for a shot, but nobody was there to pick it up. Good pressure from Anderson to get to it. Tries the stick check, but comes up empty-handed on Brooke Gibson. Kurtz sends a shot on, stopped by Annie Gilbert. Knocks it off with the stick. It's played behind the net. Back to the far side, now up the wall. There's a shot from the point, tipped in front. Gilbert had to cover it up. Didn't see it at first, but at the last second, got the trapper on top of it.
Good idea there in front to get the stick laid just in the house, right outside of the crease. Gilbert able to do a good job and cover that one up. 17:45 to go.
Saw a similar play from the Falcons in game number 2. Their first goal, I believe, if I'm remembering correctly, was a shot from the point just like that one from number 11, Scout Stromberg. Trying to take away the eyes of Annie Gilbert. Always a good strategy to plant bodies in front. Maya Roy will dump this puck in. It's collected by Stromberg. Locked on the wall. It's kicked free. Deep in the zone. That's Hunter Reardon. And it's lifted on net. Got behind Gilbert. Almost vanished through her glove there. Sort of an awkward play.
Got a piece of it.
Was it the top of the glove that made the contact?
I think so. I think it was just right above the tee.
That shot from the point, that was Caitlin Hansen. And here's a break. Heading down. It's Reardon. A nice move, but shut down before she could shoot. Looked towards the net a second time, but never got the right lane.
Good opportunity there for Reardon. Not many options since the Bulldogs went for a line change on that play.
It was essentially a 1-on-3 for Reardon. Not a whole lot that you can do when you're outnumbered by that many.
Right.
Here's a tip in front. Courtney Ben slashes it on net. It's baseball swung wide. So it's played to the point. Now to Ben in the slot. Pops up in the air. Both sides fighting for it. It's still loose. Nobody can control it. Hansen steps up off the blue line and forwards it down low. That's LaSalle, who swings it over for Eilina Dopaida. Hansen to Pomerleau. Fans on the wrist shot and a takeaway. Now a breakaway. Here's Michaela Spedger in on net. Shoots and a big shoulder save by Gilbert. Shuts it down. And that's a massive stop for the Bulldogs.
Wow, great poise and confidence there in the breakaway after an unfortunate gray zone turnover from Pomerleau. Good way to respond.
Spedger again will tumble it down towards Gilbert as it settles wide. Roy, a small bounce pass for Lowry. Wolschlager getting tangled up underneath the red line with Ava Litke. There's a shot from the point that whistles to the right as it'll rotate out. Moving it ahead was Kurtz, and the Bulldogs dump it back deep. 5 minutes gone here in the semifinals of the Slaats Cup. No scoring just as yet, but a couple of good chances for both sides. Falcons skating right to left as they move it ahead, and Trubin with a good defensive play to strip it as the Bulldogs will head up ice. It settles in front of Lowry, too far out of her reach. She's knocked to the front of the scorer's table. Roy up for Wolschlager, who tips it in. No icing there as she was over the center ice red. We'll continue on the far side. There's a takeaway. Simon trying to swoop in to help out. Quick shot just goes wide to the glove. Good look for Riley Johnson.
Good shot there from Johnson through a little bit of traffic.
Here's Michaela McGowan. Again, nice hustle from the Bulldogs with good back checking. Certainly doing their job up to this point. Black will throw it in on net. Toe pad save by Gilbert. Too much muscle on that pass as that was off the stick of Anderson. Handling is Hansen. Puck in front of the Concordia bench. LaSalle bumps her way to it. LaSalle's wrist shot, glove save, and held on to by Cammie McCardle.
It's a nice play along the wall there by LaSalle. Able to kind of squeeze through and move towards the net for another shot on goal.
13:35 left to go here in the first period. No scoring just as yet. Shots 4-1 in favor of the Falcons. I don't think at any point through the other two games in February that the Falcons led in the shot department. It was the Bulldogs both games who heavily outshot Concordia. That first one we mentioned, it was 42-15, and the second one, I know for a fact that the Bulldogs had 58 shots on the board because it combined for 100 over the two games.
And from statistics, Bulldogs definitely aren't afraid to shoot the puck. 1,442 shots on goal this season. That's a lot of shots.
It is a lot of shots. And there have been some high-scoring games for the Bulldogs where they've gone over 5 or 6 tallies up on the scoreboard. There's a drive from the top of the key that gets blocked in front. But coaches will tell you if you just continue to shoot the puck, eventually it'll find the back of the net. Players get tired, goalies get tired, and eventually you'll get the kick that you're looking for.
Always exciting as a goaltender to play in those games where you get 50 shots. It gives you a lot of momentum and a lot of drive to keep making good saves and see a lot of action for sure.
Well, it keeps you busy too. Your mind doesn't wander off anywhere, and you can stay as locked in as possible.
That's right.
It's those low shooting games that sometimes nip you in the rear ends, and we've saw that for the Bulldogs a couple of times this season where they've dropped games where they've outplayed and outshot their opponent, but the result just not falling their way.
It's about getting those chances too.
Dittmer with a wrister wide to the blocker of Gilbert. It clanks off the boards. Petruccia stops on a dime, works it ahead for Lowry, and this is spun to the left. Simon with some good speed to meet it first. Takes some pressure off her shoulder from Caitlin Hansen. No relation to Annika Hansen, two different spellings. One-touch pass intended for Johnson. Didn't get to it at first, and it slapped to the wall. This is glove down and played by Whitaker, and they whistle it down for a hand pass. 11:22 left to go in the first period. So we'll take our face off to the right. Bulldog offensive zone. I feel like Adrian College has more than just one shot, but I could be wrong.
You could be right, Herm. I thought I saw a couple more. You know, there was one glove save after a shot from LaSalle, I believe. That may be the only one they put up on the board so far.
Over the blue, Falcons offsides. It was Michaela McGowan who was trickling over the blue. So we'll reset and drop the puck in front of the Bulldog bench in the neutral zone. It's hammered back, dumped in. Claps off the stick of Simon. And she'll tip it ahead. This is forced on net, and Gilbert bobbled up a little sky feed at first, and will cover with the glove. Right decision just to freeze the puck and get a change.
Exactly what I was going to say. A little bit of a weird play there, but would rather take the face off than it ending up in the end of, or in the back of the net, excuse me.
Long point shot. Again, Gilbert will come up with a save in the chest, and I think goalie minds think alike. That's where we were connecting on that thought process.
Exactly. It's all about that connection.
It is. This is poked back to the top of the point, as keeping it in was Litke. Dumps it down low. Maya Roy right there trying to send it out. Repositioned by Chandler Taylor. Off the glass and around. Wolschlager takes a shoulder to the back, and she's separated off the puck. Wolschlager tries to knife it to the middle. Carrying is Hugh Danish. This is banked off the boards. It was on net, so I don't think it'll count as a shot.
I don't think so.
Anderson off the wall to the left, Trubin. Rye works it cross ice. Was more of a shot pass than anything. It's kicked down and taken by Anderson as she heads to the net. Drops for Johnson. Toe drag shot, scores! Riley Johnson with a beauty. And the Bulldogs up 1-0.
Wow, what a shot. Look, it all starts right here with Anderson able to hold the zone and kind of just finding Johnson right there, and a picturesque shot there from Riley Johnson to get the lead.
I don't know if that might have taken a piece off the stick from Michaela McGowan, but it looked like maybe it had changed direction, but certainly fooled Cammie McCardle. Top corner right under the bar, and the Bulldogs off to a 1-0 lead with 9:36 left to go, and a good time to talk about Adrian College TV. Stay connected with all the action by following at Adrian College TV on social media. From game highlights to campus events, we've got you covered. Don't miss a moment, and follow at Adrian College TV today. Riley Johnson led the team in points this season with 44. Her 19 goals and 25 assists. Those are some impressive numbers for the junior who came over from Mercyhurst University.
Important to recognize too, Herm, Riley Johnson now at, I guess, 20 goals on the season. One of the scoring leaders for the Bulldogs, so definitely one of their more dangerous players to look out for.
Might have to look into if we have the updated playoff stats. I don't know if we do. Of course, we had 2 games already. In the NCAA conference, and might have to do some digging for that. Continuing on, 8:50 left to go here in the first period. Riley Johnson getting the opening goal for those of you just tuning in now. Carmen Anderson with the primary assist as well. Trubin will lift this in. McCardle came out to play it, decided not to do anything with it, as it's thrown on net. Here's a rebound, big save off the glove of McCardle. Roy to LaSalle.
LaSalle doing a good job there on the forecheck, able to get a quick one. Good response from McCardle.
Adrian College definitely needs to keep the pressure up. Up to the point, Trubin shot is deflected wide. They look to feed the slot, it's in front, no shot there. Trubin just barely able to keep it in as she continues play. Lowry will skate her way to the corner, dances around one, sends a shot on net, in and out of the glove of McCardle. The Falcons able to clear it down. It's not going to be icing as Gilbert comes way out of her crease to stop it. It's rimmed all the way 200 feet down. And Concordia looks to break out of the zone. Johnson, fresh off the bench, kicked it free for a second, but didn't hold on. Now 2-on-1. Odd man chance. Quick shot stopped by Gilbert. Hansen looking for options. Her pass stolen away and possessed by Hutchins, who also gave it up. Courtney Benn galloping down. Bulldogs over the blue line. They'll cycle it for Ben. She's open, spins it on net. Simon with a couple of pushes and shoves after the whistle, too, with Amanda Bauer, but it's McCardle who will cover up.
It's a good option there from Simon to opt to wrap it around. Don't believe anybody was open on the play, so do the best. She did the best she could to throw a puck on that. Just another shot on goal.
Udanish in the circle, wins it back. Heavy slap shot. Anderson takes a shove from behind after she released a small wrister. Played up the wall for Mackerel and lost it, but gave it ahead. Here's a chance wrist shot from Gibson. Gets blocked in front. Never reached Gilbert. Concordia still leading the game in shots at 7-4, but the Bulldogs with the 1-0 lead so far here in the first period. There's a steal from Anderson, tries to get around and loses her footing at the last second. Wolfschlager goes back for Simon. Pomerleau ahead. Off the boards and off the other way as it's rotated around. Caught by Simon. Her long pass up ice, nobody there to catch it. Digging for the puck, that's Naomi Black. Sends a feed, long stretch down the ice. Trying to find McGowan, and she beats the icing. Here's a quick shot from Black, just got it over the top of the crossbar. Bulldogs have numbers, here's a 3-on-1. Dopaida with LaSalle. Dopaida moves it over, quick shot, and they put it wide. LaSalle had an open net, but not the right angle.
Boy, what a great chance there from LaSalle.
Don't see a lot of 3-on-1s happen, but the Bulldogs can't take advantage, but now they do! Making me eat my words. Bulldogs respond from not scoring on a 3-on-1, and they've doubled the lead with 5:16 remaining in the first.
Seems the common theme between these two goals is just being able to hold the zone and maintain that pressure. And Lori there, it's a beautiful tip right in the house. Bulldogs lead.
Yeah, not a whole lot that Cammie McCardle could do. The change of direction on the puck, so hard to predict as a goaltender. And there was also a flash screen in front, so good for the Bulldogs as their offense is clicking. 2-0 as we have 5 minutes left in the first. There's another tip on net, this time McCardle will get a piece of it in the chest, and we'll hold on.
Not a ton of opportunities for the Bulldogs, but the opportunities they did have, they've done well on.
Here's another great shot from Simon, just barely whistled wide to the far left post. Wouldn't have that been nice if it clanked off the inside of the iron.
It's pretty close.
Ben flips it up into the air and will chase down her puck. Is right behind the body of Hansen. This is up the wall shot. Gets blocked. And it's Caitlin Hansen who will send it in all the way to Annie Gilbert, who sticks it off the glass. Line backhander to nobody, gets taken away. Roy scanning for options, flips it all the way down. Soccer kick from Simon, trying to fight for it and can't get around Stromberg. Good idea from the Bulldogs to send that Hail Mary style pass through the neutral zone. Spetcher sends a shot on net, kicked away by Gilbert. Wolfschlager one-on-one with Stromberg. Spetcher picks it up in the neutral zone and will rim it in. Gilbert behind her net, plays it to the corner. Hansen across for her defense partner. Flipped over the red line. Giving chase is Wolfschlager. Anderson in deep as well. Good move. Dopaida to the net. Her backhand slides through the crease, but just too wide. as that was gloved down momentarily by LaSalle. 3 minutes now remaining in the first period. Alex Herman, Dylan Knighton up here in the booth. Happy to have you all this afternoon at the Arrington Ice Arena. Chance in the slot. Quick shot blocked. Hansen stepped in the lane.
Great block there from Hansen. Definitely willing to sacrifice the body to make the play.
That's playoff hockey as a long drive. Scooped up by Gilbert. She'll get the whistle. It's always so big. Those shot blocks, to us in the stands, they look effortless, but they definitely hurt and they mean a lot for the team.
Oh, 100%. Loose pucks and ice bags. That's what we like to say.
Simon trying to dig it free along the far wall. Bounces it ahead for Hubenschmidt, who's tripped up. Some incidental contact that will not be called. Hutchins is locked up with Simon. Shot from a sharp angle, poked through traffic. It's sent on net again. I believe McCardle got a piece of it.
Looks like she might have seen a couple of shots there. It's hard to see with all the bodies in the way.
Simon, a toe drag, can't get around, but picks up the loose biscuit. And that will flutter over some shoulders and is taken by Simon. Kaylee Simon with a good shot, pad saved by McCardle. Wolschlager to the net. Another one padded by the other side of McCardle. Wolschlager a bump along the high glass. Udanish a drive, sticked away McCardle. Roy a backhand, back down low. Off the wall and low. Played to the top of the blue line. It's Heleniak who dances her way around Maya Roy. Roy will pitchfork it ahead. Collected by Anderson. Here's a 2-on-1 if they can pick up the pace. Roy in the slot just over the top of the bar. Might have caught a piece of the iron. Odd number opportunities presenting themselves early in this game for the Bulldogs. They've had a 3-on-1, a 2-on-1. Roy will send a shot on, fluttering in, they score! The rebound picked up by Eilina Dopaida, and they make it 3 in the first period.
Similar to the last goal that was scored, that also came from an odd man rush. So, again, Bulldogs just really doing a good job putting that pressure on right in front. Puts them up 3-0.
That's a hard-nosed, hard-working goal for the Bulldogs. It certainly wasn't pretty, but it counts nonetheless. Greasy goals, you'll love to see them.
They still count.
They sure do. 20 seconds left in the first period. Bulldogs with an impressive first frame to start this game. A lot different than we saw these two teams earlier on in February as we get an icing call. We'll take our face-off to the left. You see 12.7 seconds left to go here in the first period. Drop the puck. Dopaida still out there after scoring the last one. Up the wall, it doesn't clear. Maybe one more shot, stopped by Gilbert. It's picked up by Petrucha, and that will do it for the first period. So the AIA faithful applaud. Fans up in the Wow Cafe and Eatery as well, with happy smiles as the Bulldogs skate off the bench to their locker room with a nice 3-0 lead heading to the second period. And I think we alluded to it a little bit halfway through the period. We said, if you keep shooting the puck, eventually you'll find the back of the net, and I think that's what we're seeing here for the Bulldogs.
That's right, and that's why most coaches say that. You know, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. That is, it is just words, but it really does mean something at the end of the day.
I like how 2 of those goals were plays that generated from the top of the point. You had a deflection in the slot, and then the second one, McCardle made the initial save, and then the rebound picked up by Dopaida, who was waiting right for it, was in a great spot. So a good sign for the Bulldogs offense that they're in the right areas of the ice.
Right, exactly, and it's just, getting those, as we like to say, greasy goals in front and just really collapsing towards the crease and trying to get the rebounds that pop out. And Bulldogs did a really good job of that, as we saw with that third goal, and then good resiliency with the second goal that was scored to kind of take away the eyes and the change of direction in pucks. And I think overall Bulldogs are doing a really good job of battling and working hard to earn those goals.
I think the other question is really more for the other side of the bench area in Concordia. This is a little bit different, or really a lot of bit different than the last meetings between these two teams for them. It was a lot tighter in the scoring at least, and the entire time, for the most part, they held a lead. So if you're the benches for the Falcons, what are you saying to your players as you head into this next 20 minutes?
I don't think they have any quit just yet. The scoreboard does show 3-0, but I think for Concordia, they're going to still battle back. There's still plenty of hockey left, so there's nothing really to be said about that.
Got to keep the energy high and be positive on the bench, and hopefully good things will follow for your team. But the Bulldogs doing a great job in the first period, as we're going to step aside for the first period intermission. They're up 3-0 after 20 minutes. We still got 40 more to go. We'll take a step aside. Alex Herman, Dylan Knighton will be back for the second period. You're watching Bulldog Hockey on ACTV.
You stand today, students, on the threshold of a magical time in your life, a time of significant growth, introspection, self-awareness, challenge, and opportunity. A time that you will always look back on as special years. Never experienced before you arrived today, and never replicated after you graduated.
The Adrian College Media Production House provides opportunities for students to learn and grow live on the airwaves, just like Matt Kibbe.
I've gotten a chance to create a relationship with coaches and teams and learn more from people instead of trying to teach myself something. Got an opportunity to expand my knowledge of sports, hone in on my skills as a broadcaster, and learn about equipment in different ways. You get more of a connection with professors as well.
Providing opportunities, growing leadership. The Adrian College Media Production House. Thanks for tuning in.
This is the Arrington Bookstore at Adrian College, the place to get game day ready, represent your clubs and organizations, and be Bulldog proud. With a wide selection of merchandise and a smile at every visit, stop by inside the Kane Student Center to pick up your Adrian College wares and make it another great day to be a Bulldog.
Welcome to Adrian, Michigan. We're located in a proud college town. Adrian College is situated just 45 minutes from Ann Arbor, Detroit, and Toledo. We're very excited to show you just a little bit of what AC has to offer. This is the gateway to our campus. Welcome to the place that we believe will change the rest of your life. AC features one of the most well-rounded educational experiences in the country. We offer over 60 different academic majors and 10 academic institutes, as well as dozens of student organizations. Year after year, we've been ranked as one of the nation's best colleges, including being one of the most innovative institutions in the U.S. for our medical programs. Our campus is simply beautiful. Our student-to-faculty ratio is an incredible 13-to-1. That means more attention for you and a much better overall learning environment. We know how to put together an education that is life-changing, and these are just some of the highlights. From our communication arts program, to our many performing arts, to the home of business on campus, to our sciences and medical studies, we have the spaces where you can grow into the professional that you want to become. Our first-year student experience is award-winning. You'll make lifelong friends here, meet mentors, and maybe even meet that special someone. The Kane Student Center is open 24 hours a day, and there's a lot going on here. The Bulldog Beanery has all of your hot drinks. Pause and Go is our on-campus convenience store. The bookstore is where you'll get all of your Bulldog gear, and you can just hang out and study in the skyboxes. Not far away is the Shipman Library. The Shipman has quiet, relaxing spaces for you to study in. You can check out books from thousands of libraries around the country, and the Shipman is open 24 hours as well for your convenience. There are hundreds of learning opportunities on campus. In addition to the arts and beautiful facilities, Adrian College is known for its athletic programs. There is nothing like a Saturday game day here in Adrian. The Bulldog football team are 11-time MIAA champions. At Docking Stadium, fans watch soccer, lacrosse, football, and more. Just a few hundred yards away, Adrian College's basketball teams compete. In addition to basketball, fans can enjoy wrestling, acro and tumbling, and volleyball here. We also have a state-of-the-art weight room available to all of our students. When things heat up too much on campus, you can cool off with our ice sports. Our NCAA ice hockey teams are constantly battling in the national playoffs. Just a quick walk down the service drive, we feature one of the best baseball and softball programs in the nation at our level. Soon you'll be able to cross the street and watch men's and women's rugby take to the pitch as well. Our rowing, crew, and top-ranked bass fishing programs compete out of the Adrian College Boathouse, a gorgeous facility just a 15-minute drive north on Devil's Lake. Our students know how to relax in their downtime. When they're not out and about, we have dozens of housing options on campus. With apartments right in the mix of things, you can pick what works best for you. We've also recently renovated a few of our housing options. Adrian College is a Methodist-affiliated institution that has been changing lives since 1859. The modern liberal arts education offered by our faculty is unrivaled. We can't wait to have you on campus and show you around. Visit adrian.edu to schedule a full campus visit today. We'll see you soon.
Hi, I'm Aubrey Morgan, the current student government president here at Adrian College. I chose Adrian College because of the campus size. Campus feels like a fun, energetic community where everyone knows each other. If you want to see what Adrian has to offer for you, you can schedule an in-person visit at adrian.edu/campus-visit.
You have earned the right to be here through endless nights of studying, testing, writing, and dedication to learning. The diploma you will receive symbolizes your efforts and distinguishes you as a highly educated person, learned in the arts and sciences, and prepared for a life of achievement and great accomplishment.
Now, as you face the world outside this academic haven, the concept of courage must not be left behind in your textbooks. It should be as alive in you today as your ambition to change the world for the better.
We were all born to be a Bulldog. Life drew us to this school, these people, and this tiny town. You were meant to be here to make a difference and to grow within yourself for the better. But what does it mean to truly be a Bulldog? Well, to scratch the surface, the students of Adrian College are anything but ordinary. The pride, grit, perseverance, and passion is absolutely unmatched. Good luck and congratulations, class of 2024. And know that today is yet another Bulldog victory.
Are you looking to become a future Bulldog and get recruited by Adrian College? Do you display characteristics of tenacity, drive, and determination? With over 50 teams on campus, there are plenty of opportunities to further both your athletic and academic career. For all recruiting inquiries, head to www.adrianbulldogs.com and click on the Recruit Me tab at the top right of your screen. Your future with the Bulldogs is closer than ever.
20 minutes gone in the semifinals of this NCAA Slaats Cup. Concordia University of Wisconsin and your Adrian College Bulldogs. Alex Herman, Dylan Knighton back here in the booth. Happy to have you all rejoin us here. Our score 3-0 after 20 minutes of play. There we see our stats after that first period. Shots pretty close for the most part, 11-8 in favor of the Bulldogs. Block shots have played a game, 16 in total, 8 apiece. Face-offs in the Bulldogs' favor. No penalties just as yet. Nobody's been in the box. But I think the biggest thing to note, Bulldogs, 3 goals in that first period. They absolutely dominated.
Absolutely, Herman. I think for them, they just need to stick to their guns and keep doing what they're doing to be successful at the end of the game. And as we talked about a little bit at the end of the last period, Concordia, trying to regain a little bit of strength here and try to get something going for them.
Drop the puck and resume play at the AIA. Second period now commenced. This is tipped all the way down the ice. Maya Roy plays it up the boards. It's kept in and shoved aside. Wolschlager has enough time to get to it. As she was uncontested, Anderson gets a hard crunching hit from Scout Stromberg as they ran into one another. This is kept in over the line, punched in, and positioned up the ice. Trubin will steal it at the center bruiser logo. Over the line, that's Lowry. Will skate quickly as Stromberg is there. Good takeaway from Lowry, leaves it for Dopaida to the middle. Quick chance in the paint, it doesn't go! Oh my goodness, how did that not go in the back of the net?
Wow, we'll have to get another look at that one for sure. Wow, it was just looked like a matter of inches from being over the goal line.
I thought that was a sure goal, and that would have been a quick 4-0 lead for the Bulldogs as the shot sent on that wide to Gilbert. And I'm going to have to agree, I cannot wait to see that replay, because how is that not in? Safe to say.
Exactly that term. How'd that not go in?
Minute and 30 gone. here in the second period. As it's rushed up by LaSalle, will bobble over the line. Pietruccia, back pass to Hansen as Gibson's right in front of her. It was LaSalle who was getting off the bench. I think it might have hit her shin pad. Bad passes. Courtney Ben tries to steal it. Trubin lets a shot go. Deflected in front. Falcons trying to go the other way. And it's wide to the left of Gilbert. And we get a whistle for icing. We'll grab a second glance at that almost goal from before.
It's a great look from Dopaida towards the center.
Oh, man.
Wow.
I think that was Brenna Dittmer who might have gotten a piece of that as she was going full dolphin dive towards the puck.
As goaltenders, we're grateful for those sorts of plays and to see that happen. And
oh, yes.
Just great defensive pressure there.
Bulldogs will cycle it low, a backhand in front, wide on the top of the crease as it was kicked away. And now a speeding Michaela Spetzer lost her puck to Trubin as it's sashayed ahead for Simon. Simon speeding towards. Johnson spins and dishes outwards, but it's turned over as Kurtz rolls a backhander over the red line. Heleniak around the boards. Locked in the corner. Bulldogs trying to get out. It's gloved down by Hutchins. And it'll play nicely. Here's Johnson and Ben just a hair over the blue before the puck crossed. And it's whistled down for offsides. That would have been a clear-cut 1-on-0, maybe a 2-on-0. That had developed the way that the Bulldogs wanted it to.
Yeah, Ben looked a little frustrated after that play. It was very close to not being offsides.
Anderson trying to sweep it down. Whitaker goes across and now down. Bulldogs doing a great job at intercepting passes so far here in the second period. We talked about the little things that Adrian College needs to do right for this game to go in their favor, and so far doing all of it. Up at the point, here's Simon with a look to the net. Her wrist shot just goes wide to the blocker side of McCardle. Wolfschlager to Gia Avalone. Plays it deep. Hugh Danish back to Avalone. Avalone, a wrist shot, stopped and held on by McCardle. 15:50 left to go now in the second period.
Tough to see from the angle up here in the booth, Herm, but I think that shot might have gotten through some traffic in front.
I like that strategy of just stacking one in front of McCardle to try and take her eyes away. Bulldogs have already scored from 2 goals that started on the blue line and trying to add to that total. Might have been something that Coach Chad Davis put in the game plan before the weekend.
Definitely looks like a solid strategy for the Bulldogs.
Hansen goes around for Zoe Lowry, who's entangled and can't play the puck. LaSalle to Lowry, top of the crease, a slap shot gets blocked in front. Dopaida bodied off the puck and is down on the ice as they're digging for it. Hansen a drive off the pad and held on to by McCardle.
I've seen a couple shots from Adrian's defense where they're keeping the puck really low. I think they're trying to go for that pop play, the pass off pad. It's really effective to try and get the rebounds, and the way they're playing right now and crashing the net in front is going to help them with that.
Well, that goal from Dopaida on the third didn't go off pad, but it was more off the chest pad of McCardle. So pass off chest pad, maybe we could rename it to, but similar play. And Bulldogs doing a good job at trying to utilize that in their bag of tricks. Steal for the Falcons. Played ahead, and Pietruccia with a nice recovery. Pomerleau lets a shot go off target as collecting on the half wall. Here's Hansen, top of the circle. Can't get a shot off if she was stick checked. Trubin bounces low. Pomerleau gets around. Johnson. Trubin was calling for a pass. It never came her way. Now has to put it in reverse. Will squeak down low for Gilbert. Almost gave it away on the backhand. Didn't know that there was a player headed in her direction. Simon up ahead trying to find Pomerleau. Swipes at it. Gets it deep and decides to make some changes. Here's some speed from Stromberg. Udanish backhands it out. Puck ping-ponging around on both sides. Hasn't been settled over the last number of minutes as it pops up in the air. Locked up along the outside. Play to the point. Here's Maya Roy with a wrister off the top of the shoulder of McCardle. Roy will keep it in. Deflected in front, and I think a penalty is going to go against the Falcons here. Maybe or maybe not. Or is it the Bulldogs? It is.
Yeah.
Holding is the call against Carmen Anderson. And that's strange because the Falcons touched the puck and they blew the whistle. But the PK now out for Adrian College. 3:15 left to go in the second period. Our shots 16-9. And the first 5-on-4 will belong to Concordia.
It's a good opportunity here for the Falcons. Try and get one here just about halfway through the second.
Played to the slot. Quick shot and a good pant save by Gilbert. Slid across the crease as the Falcons cycle the zone. Back up top, that's Stromberg. And it's tipped up into the netting by Wolfschlager. We'll take a stoppage. 12:50 left to go in the second period. Minute and 34 left in the Anderson penalty. Some 26 seconds gone. This puck angled into the far left corner as it's held onto on the blue. Dittmer will give a shot off from Gibson. Steal on the slot from Johnson. Top of the key. Played to the left. They dish it outwards, goes over the top of the head of Gilbert. Bulldogs covering the slot well. Underneath the red line. They cross it through, banked off the paddle of Gilbert. Trying to go down was Pietruccia. She got a body to the face. And I think the Bulldogs are gonna get a second penalty here. Roughing call against Riley Johnson. I didn't really have full eyes on it, but
I didn't either.
A 5-on-4 now turns into a 5-on-3. And a timeout is going to be taken by Concordia. Smart for them to take a pause. So we're going to take a quick step aside for a Concordia timeout. We'll be back in a second. You're watching Bulldog Hockey on ACTV.
Hi, I'm Aubrey Morgan, the current student government president here at Adrian College. I chose Adrian College because of the campus size. Campus feels like a fun, energetic community where everyone knows each other. If you want to see what Adrian has to offer for you, you can schedule an in-person visit at adrian.edu/campus-visit.
Back at the Arrington Ice Arena. Timeout taken by Concordia University of Wisconsin as they are going to go on a 5-on-3 power play. Riley Johnson to the box for roughing. Carmen Anderson also sitting in there for the next 42 seconds, and a big opportunity for the Falcons to try and get one on the board. This puck is one back. Stromberg across the blue line. Gibson back to Stromberg to the right dot. That's off the stick of Bauer. Roy tries to tie it up but can't. Stromberg holding, dishes, sent in front, rebound off the toe of Gilbert, just barely kept it out. The Bulldogs able to clear it. Might try and make changes, and my correction, no, as there's 5 seconds left. They'll get Anderson back out of the box. Gibson dancing her way in. Quick shot stopped by Gilbert. And out of the box, here's Anderson. Anderson shorthanded in. Big stop made. And it's held on to. Great stop by Cammie McCardle. And what awareness by Anderson.
And what a sequence of events. You see a couple of big saves there from Gilbert. Bulldogs time it perfectly. Send that pass off to Anderson after she gets out of the box, and great stop there from McCardle.
This is poked through. Bulldogs were that close to getting a shorthanded goal on an expiring 5-on-3 as there's a minute left in the second penalty. That has us 5-on-4. Anderson to the slot. Hugh Danish scores! Off the post and in. A shorty for the Bulldogs. It's 4-0.
It's the commentator's curse or the blessing. We'll see it there. It's a great feed. Great awareness from Udanish.
I don't think the Bulldogs realized that they scored at first. It didn't look like it had crossed the line, but the official was right there and quickly signaled. It definitely caught the iron at first. So Anderson couldn't get it done on the breakaway, but makes up for it 1 second later. As here's Hubenschmidt, a backhand. Gets stopped as Bauer sends a hit on her. Now a breakout play. Trubin tips it the opposite direction. Simon was waiting for it. 2-on-1. Quick shot, save made by Gilbert. This is lifted out and airmailed to the boards. Simon will pick up the pieces and dump it low. 12 seconds left in the 5-on-4. Simon doing a good job at shadowing Stromberg. And the Bulldogs killed off a 5-on-3. And then a 5-on-4 and got a shorty. Here's a 2-on-1. In on net. Off the post. LaSalle couldn't get it to go. Johnson fed it over for Tia LaSalle, who got a piece of it on the blade. But the red iron to the left of Cammie McCardle denies another Bulldog goal.
Wow, Bulldogs are just rolling with momentum in these recent minutes, as we've seen. It's absolutely no quit.
Continuing on in the zone, 9-10 left to go here in the second period. Jocelyn Udanish being announced for that last shorthanded goal. This is flown all the way down the ice. It is icing. And as we take a look ahead to March 21st, later on this month, don't miss Cameron Marlowe live at Adrian College as a part of his Keeping the Lights On tour. General admission tickets are just $50, and AC students get in free. Grab yours today at adriancollege.hometownticketing.com. Let's fill the house and keep the music going. That's March 21st, Cameron Marlowe at Adrian College. This follow-up pass will also go down the ice. It doesn't have the legs to get the whistle, and additionally, it was McCardle who poked it with the paddle. And a whistle there for offsides. Falcons were not big fans of that whistle. Stromberg lifts it in. Roy goes across for a deep partner in Trubin. Reared on along the wall, shovels it out. It doesn't clear. Finally escapes the zone. Back pass from McGowan. Lowry pushing ahead, has reared on with her. Here's Lowry in. Quick shot off the chest of McCardle. It was denied and fed back to the point. Roy to Trubin. Roy with a wrist shot that gets blocked. Up ahead, Falcons flying down the ice. McGowan, her pass to Naomi Black gets blocked. Reared on, trailing all alone, makes a nice play as she swings it over for Lowry. Johnson, fresh off the bench, using her speed. Plenty of room there, tries to toe drag in the slot. Comes up empty-handed. Trubin playing the bouncing puck. Keeps it in from crossing over the blue line. Skating is Gibson and fights off some pressure from Pomerleau. Pomerleau chasing after it. Trubin to Roy, who fires it up the glass. Simon with Litke on her tail and arm up on the play. And I believe the Bulldogs are going to get their first power play of the afternoon. It's Ava Litke to the box. We'll see what the signal is here. They call it for holding. 6:50 left to go. A power play opportunity now for Adrian College.
Another thing to point out, her and Bulldogs are doing really good on their forecheck and trying to force turnovers, and sometimes they're able to draw penalties from that. So kind of works out in their favor both ways, really.
We talked about the good power play percentage of the Bulldogs early in the pre-show. We'll see if that plays in their favor here. Dopida, 180s to Johnson, who has Trubin waiting for a pass. Finally, she gets it, lets a shot go into the chest. McCardle comes up with the stop.
Speaking of percentages, that power play percentage for the Bulldogs is at 32%, so kind of proves they've been pretty efficient on their power play efforts for this season.
Definitely have. When you have a number of games where you score more than 5 or 6, you have to expect that's going to happen. And last weekend, we know a 7-0 win and a 12-1 win over Trine. So when the Bulldogs are on their game, they can score. Ben's shot gets blocked. Wolschlager finds Hansen, back to Ben. Sweeps it to the left for Wolschlager, outside hash mark. Ben in the middle, a good toe drag move. Wrist shot, gets over the shoulder of the rebound there. They punch for it, it's still loose, no whistle. And the second whack at it doesn't go. McCardle with a couple of nice saves on that sequence. Wolschlager to Ben. Left face-off dot, they cross it through, but don't get any pieces of it. And it's swiped down by the Falcons. Wolschlager has to get there quickly. Big reverse hit along the wall. 35 seconds left in the Bulldog power play. Anderson with some speed goes up top for Hansen and just barely scrapes over the blue line. Trubin will have to take it back to push it back in. Trubin for Hansen in the neutral zone. Hansen's dump in goes right to left. Ben will work her way to it as it's taken by Gibson. 7 seconds left in the power play. Up the boards and out, and that will kill off the final second. No icing on the play because Falcons cleared it out as the penalty was expiring. So now we're back to 5-on-5. Delpida trailing all alone. Here's a drive to the net. LaSalle gets around and can't finish it. Bulldogs, man oh man, has their offense been stellar today.
They've just been dominant. Without a doubt, within the first almost 2 periods so far of this game. It's putting everything towards the net. The shots are really close, but Bulldogs just finding a way to make it work.
Doing the little things right. Picking up loose pucks, forecheck, back check. What's that famous saying they have? Forecheck, back check, paycheck, right?
That's right.
Something like that.
That's a good one. I forgot about that one.
Who was it in the NHL earlier in the year who was, I think, either a European or a Russian player who had that interview in his first game? I think it was somebody from Montreal, but I'd have to look that up.
I'm not sure.
Here's Lowry over the line. Lowry to the middle. They tip it on net. Reardon almost found the back of the net. Of course, Hunter Reardon, very good friend of our ACTV staff, helps out with some of our games throughout the course of the year. Always nice to see her in the lineup. That dump-in stopped by Gilbert. 3:23 left to go in the second period. Bulldogs holding on to a 4-0 lead, trying to advance to the Slaats Cup final to clinch a berth in the NCAA Women's Division III tournament. Puck popped up in the air. Johnson couldn't feather it. Is carrying is Gibson. Quick shot. Stops the rebound. Gilbert went to cover it up, but it slid through her grasp. This is lifted through. Played over the line. Delayed offsides. Pomerleau tipped it in as she was crossing over. Now 2:58 left here in the second.
Now, as you said before, Herb, the shots on goal are pretty close. 22 in favor of the Bulldogs and 16 in favor of the Falcons. Falcons kind of starting the game with kind of leading in shots, very aggressive playing at first, but it's kind of, we've seen it. It's been more lean towards the Bulldogs side in terms of shots.
Center ice face-off as Petrucci's puck was put into the bench. Another whistle here as we stop play once again. Hansen across the lane for Petrucci, jumps over her blade for a second. They poke it through. Johnson runs into her own player. She made some contact with Pomerleau. This goes through the legs of Simon. It's ahead for Pomerleau. Sends it on net, and McCardle didn't have it covered. It was poked loose. Wow.
I think that when that was poked there, it might have went off the post or the outside of the cage.
Yeah, definitely hit something.
A close call there.
I thought the officials were just going to blow that down. And we get an icing, so we have the chance to look at it for a second time. So they send it in on net. McCardle, oh man, look at that. McCardle had it covered up. But clearly she didn't, as it got poked right from under her glove, and that could have been disaster for the Falcons.
A couple of close calls in terms of this period. We saw one kind of like that at the beginning.
Sliding through the crease or deflections that just barely go wide. The shot selection has certainly been on target for the most part.
Definitely.
But
And if you played hockey or you know hockey long enough, you know that the puck can really bounce anywhere.
And there's another close call. Trubin was trying to find the right post and put it inches from banking in. But good for the Bulldogs to stay composed and not get frustrated at not getting all the bounces going their way. They've done a fantastic job at staying hard to the game. Minute 10 here in the second period. Bulldogs work it up ice. Trubin lost her lumber. Now a developing 2-on-1. McGowan throws it on net. Blocker save by Gilbert. Anderson hit a rut in the ice and tumbled down to the ice. Less than 60 seconds now. Just thrown around the glass. Maya Roy gets it over the stick. Maybe Hudanish can speed up to it, and got there but wasn't free. Turnover as a right wing chance cancels itself out. It was Mackerel who was hugging the boards. Pass goes through the slot twice. No sticks finding their way to it. Puck bouncing in front of Gilbert. It was covered momentarily and pushed aside. 12 seconds left. Bulldogs will likely just try and tie this puck up to kill off the end of the second. Hugh Danish doing it herself. Gets a couple of jabs in the back. It kicks free, goes to the points, and that'll do it for 40 minutes of play.
A little bit of extracurriculars there after the buzzer.
Both sides barking at each other too. Looked like it was Maya Roy and Natalie Mackerel. So everybody's separated. Bulldogs will head back to their locker room to the left. And the Falcons to our right. But another solid period for Adrian College as they get one goal in that frame. Jocelyn Hudanish shorthanded from Carmen Anderson to make it 4-0 at 9:15 in the second period. They've got 20 more minutes to go to try and advance to the Slaats Cup final. Bulldogs doing a great job. What do you think is going to be the key for them to close this game out?
Yeah, the Bulldogs definitely aren't letting their foot off the gas. They're still, getting those chances, and it's just a matter of continuing to capitalize for them, especially like we saw with Hudanish's goal, able to score on the penalty kill. And, for the Falcons, it's about getting that first goal. They're getting good chances. Gilbert has been on top of her game, playing really well, making a lot of key saves in that second period. And overall, it's been an exciting game so far.
It's been a good one here from the Arrington Ice Arena, and we can't not include the other side of this women's NCAA bracket. It's the semifinals of the Slaats Cup. Of course, Concordia University of Wisconsin and Adrian College here at the AIA. On the other side, it's Lake Forest and St. Norbert. Their game just got started about 13 minutes ago. No scoring between those two teams left. 9:20 left to go in the first period. The winner of this one will play the winner of that one. So it'll either be Adrian College playing Lake Forest or St. Norbert, or Concordia, Wisconsin playing Lake Forest or St. Norbert. Who will win and advance to the Slaats Cup final? We have 20 more minutes of regulation to find out. Alex Herman, Dylan Knighton up here in the booth will take a step aside for the second period intermission. Bulldogs 4, Concordia University of Wisconsin 0. We'll be back. You're watching Bulldog Hockey on ACTV.
You stand today, students, on the threshold of a magical time in your life, a time of significant growth, introspection, self-awareness, challenge, and opportunity. A time that you will always look back on as special years. Never experienced before you arrived today, and never replicated after you graduate.
Adrian College Media Production House provides opportunities for students to learn and grow live on the airwaves, just like Matt Kibbe.
I've gotten a chance to create a relationship with coaches and teams and learn more from people instead of trying to teach myself something. Gotten an opportunity to expand my knowledge of sports, hone in on my skills as a broadcaster, and learn about equipment in different ways. You get more of a connection with professors as well.
Providing opportunities, growing leadership. The Adrian College Media Production House. Thanks for tuning in.
This is the Arrington Bookstore at Adrian College, the place to get game day ready, represent your clubs and organizations, and be Bulldog proud. With a wide selection of merchandise and a smile at every visit, stop by inside the Kane Student Center to pick up your Adrian College wares and make it another great day to be a Bulldog.
Welcome to Adrian, Michigan. We're located in a proud college town. Adrian College is situated just 45 minutes from Ann Arbor, Detroit, and Toledo. We're very excited to show you just a little bit of what AC has to offer. This is the gateway to our campus. Welcome to the place that we believe will change the rest of your life. AC features one of the most well-rounded educational experiences in the country. We offer over 60 different academic majors and 10 academic institutes, as well as dozens of student organizations. Year after year, we've been ranked as one of the nation's best colleges, including being one of the most innovative institutions in the U.S. for our medical programs. Our campus is simply beautiful. Our student-to-faculty ratio is an incredible 13-to-1. That means more attention for you and a much better overall learning environment. We know how to put together an education that is life-changing, and these are just some of the highlights. From our communication arts program, to our many performing arts, to the home of business on campus, to our sciences and medical studies, we have the spaces where you can grow into the professional that you want to become. Our first-year student experience is award-winning. You'll make lifelong friends here, meet mentors, and maybe even meet that special someone. The Kane Student Center is open 24 hours a day, and there's a lot going on here. The Bulldog Beanery has all of your hot drinks. Pause and Go is our on-campus convenience store. The bookstore is where you'll get all of your Bulldog gear, and you can just hang out and study in the skyboxes. Not far away is the Shipman Library. The Shipman has quiet, relaxing spaces for you to study in. You can check out books from thousands of libraries around the country, and the Shipman is open 24 hours as well for your convenience. There are hundreds of learning opportunities on campus. In addition to the arts and beautiful facilities, Adrian College is known for its athletic programs. There is nothing like a Saturday game day here in Adrian. The Bulldog football team are 11-time MIAA champions. At Docking Stadium, fans watch soccer, lacrosse, football, and more. Just a few hundred yards away, Adrian College's basketball teams compete. In addition to basketball, fans can enjoy wrestling, acro and tumbling, and volleyball here. We also have a state-of-the-art weight room available to all of our students. When things heat up too much on campus, you can cool off with our ice sports. Our NCAA ice hockey teams are constantly battling in the national playoffs. Just a quick walk down the service drive, we feature one of the best baseball and softball programs in the nation at our level. Soon you'll be able to cross the street and watch men's and women's rugby take to the pitch as well. Our rowing, crew, and top-ranked bass fishing programs compete out of the Adrian College Boathouse, a gorgeous facility just a 15-minute drive north on Devil's Lake. Our students know how to relax in their downtime. When they're not out and about, we have dozens of housing options on campus. With apartments right in the mix of things, you can pick what works best for you. We've also recently renovated a few of our housing options. Adrian College is a Methodist-affiliated institution that has been changing lives since 1859. The modern liberal arts education offered by our faculty is unrivaled. We can't wait to have you on campus and show you around. Visit adrian.edu to schedule a full campus visit today. We'll see you soon.
Hi, I'm Aubrey Morgan, the current student government president here at Adrian College. I chose Adrian College because of the campus size. Campus feels like a fun, energetic community where everyone knows each other. If you want to see what Adrian has to offer for you, you can schedule an in-person visit at adrian.edu/campus-visit.
Back inside the Arrington Ice Arena. We've gone through 40 minutes of play. 20 more still left in regulation. It's the Concordia University of Wisconsin Falcons and your Adrian College Bulldogs. Alex Herman, Dylan Knighton up here in the booth. Happy to have you all rejoin us here on ACT after 40 minutes. Our score 4-0. Everything says that the Bulldogs are winning as far as our stats go. Nobody's found a power play goal yet today, but shots on goal 23-19, block shots 23-15. The faceoffs now really starting to play heavier in the favor of Adrian College. It was a little bit closer after the first period, but now more in favor of the Bulldogs as we await for everybody to take back to the ice. What are the Bulldogs going to have to do to close it out here?
Well, I mean, after a solid 40, Bulldogs really just don't need to or shouldn't take their foot off the gas. Like we've kind of been saying, they've been playing great, doing a lot of great things in the offensive zone, getting chances, putting pucks on net, and able to find the back of the net, if that. So I think for them, they just really need to continue their process and all the things they've been doing. For Concordia, on the other hand, you know, we keep saying it. They're trying to get there first. They're trying to strike still. So Bulldogs just need to maintain their game, and Concordia, for them to get back in this game, if that, is going to need to, make something happen offensively.
All right. Well, we'll get 20 minutes back on the score clock. Everybody up at center ice. We'll drop the puck and resume play. Semifinal game of the Slaats Cup. Concordia University of Wisconsin and the Adrian College Bulldogs. This is started off underneath the red line. Roy will slap it up the boards. Anderson to Roy. Off the glass. Will carry out. And Anderson will try and turn on the Jets to beat the icing, and she's able to do it. Trubin's shot flutters in the air, glove down by Anderson, who is in a puck battle with Dittmer. Anderson trying to find somebody to pass to. It's Wolschlager, the ultimate option. Skating the puck, Black will receive. Skips this into the zone. Gilbert will come out and stop it on the backhand. Long drive off the boards. Simon ahead to keep it going. Opens up, turns her back to the play. Bulldogs work it to the blue line. Pietrucha down low for Simon. They set up in the offensive zone. Simon's shot tipped on net, loose in front. Johnson was there but didn't have her stick down. Johnson, a quick wrist shot, scores! Riley Johnson, her second of the game, and it's 5-0.
It's a great, resilient effort there from Johnson. See her get stick checked a couple of times and just right between the hash marks, able to hit it home.
Bulldogs extend their lead to 5, halfway to 10. 18-20 left to go in the third period. And the Bulldogs get an early tally, and that's surely a good sign for them. Reardon punches for it as the Falcons look to break it out of the zone. It was over the stick of Kurtz, who couldn't complete the play. Petrucha drops it back for Carpenter. Sent up the wall, reared on. Will stop it to help it get out of the zone. This is going to be icing as it was sent back to our left. 17:40 left to go here in the third period. Bulldogs will make a line change. Top of the circle, Courtney Ben. Her shot whistles wide. Will chase down the open puck. This is airlifted out of the zone. Simon, last one back. Fires ahead for Ben. Courtney Ben off the post and in! From an impossible angle. What a shot from Courtney Ben.
Wow, let's get another look at that one.
I don't think anybody thought this was going to be shot.
You know, Ben with the right-handed shot seemingly tries to throw it on net, top shelf. I believe goaltender there was caught in the RVH position, might have given up that angle a little bit more.
Well, what we thought was going to be a close scoring affair has turned into a massive extended lead for the Bulldogs. Just a month ago, Concordia beat Adrian College 1-0, and then the following day it was 3-2 in overtime. We talked about it in the pre-show. The shots were combined for 100 on the end of the Bulldogs, and it's not even close today. Only 25-19, but still Adrian College leading the shot category. But 6 goals to show for it. That's not bad.
Definitely, and unfortunately I wasn't around for that series. I didn't get a chance to see the games, but you know what you're explaining to me seems tragically different than what we're seeing tonight. In terms of shots, goals scored, and I think that has to do with the Bulldogs. I feel like I keep repeating myself, but just capitalizing on their chances. You know, they're putting everything on net and just doing the right things, playing the right way, and that just goes to show for tonight's efforts.
Drop the puck and keep things going. Johnson looking for a deflection in front. That was off target. Moves all the way down the ice. Annie Gilbert right there. Trubin has it. Will lead the rush. Long saucer trying to find Simon. Just goes around the boards. Icing waved off. Pomerleau canceled it out. Pitch to the top of the blue line. Pomerleau will wait. And Johnson in a full split there to try and stay on sides. Roy lets a shot go, tipped in front. It's picked up by Simon. Her backhand slowly rolls down low. Johnson tripped up. The lead penalty on the play will, I think it's going to be against Adrian College because they touched the puck and the whistle will go. Interference is the signal from the head official.
It's like a little bit of frustration starting to settle in for the Falcons. And it looks like an Adrian player will be headed to the box too.
Yeah, it's Riley Johnson. They called for interference. So the Falcons will get another crack at the power play. Already 0 for 2 today. This is their third chance. As Hansen will work it back. The clearing attempt doesn't go. Picked up in the slot. Here's Gibson. Nothing going for her. Spetzer. Stromberg deals it for Gibson. Pop over the head. Gibson will pick it up. Along the left half wall, Gibson back to the point. Stromberg fakes and pushes out. There's a shot that was blocked. Bauer let it go and it deflected into the netting. 14:37 left to go here in the third period. 1:07 of power play time left for Concordia. Drop the puck and continue. Picked up on the top of the crease. It's Trubin to skate it out. 2-on-2 as the Bulldogs cross over the line. They work it to the slot. There's a chance. The rebound covered up, and where is it? It's in the pad and held onto by McCardle. That was close to going in.
A lot of efforts on this Bulldog penalty kill unit. As we saw the goal from Hudanish before. The Bulldogs looks to me like they are definitely trying to score on the kill as much as they can. Another really solid chance there.
You don't see teams really try and take advantage too much of shorthanded opportunities. You just look to clear it down the ice and tick as much time off the clock as there's a big hit along the wall. Wolschlager is going to draw this penalty. Dittmer touches up and we get the whistle. Body checking the call against Concordia, so it'll turn into some 4-on-4 play. But to finish my thought from before, it's unusual for a team to try and be offensive while down a skater.
Some teams definitely, depending on the way they play and their penalty kill, able to use it to their advantage with speed and strength and just being able to get past a defender. If you got the chance, you should take it.
We'll whistle around 24 seconds of 4-on-4 before we go to a Bulldog power play. Slot pass tipped away by the stick of McCardle. Trubin takes a couple of slashes on the back end from Whitaker. This is flexed ahead and collected by Stromberg, who lost it to Courtney Ben. Ben will skate it down, a nice toe drag. Ben's shot just off the glove. This puck is cleared all the way down. Gilbert taking her route to the puck as she leaves it in the corner. Trubin to Roy, and absolutely nails the official in the leg with her dumping attempt. Hopefully he was wearing his shin pads under his black pants. Udanish tries to fight for it. Trubin with a shot, blocked away by McCardle. Roy back up top for Trubin, pulls up, back for Roy, lays into one, but it was a pass. Wolschlager can't get her shot off in time. Had a stick on stick, and here's a short-handed rush. It's McGowan in on net, shut down. Good back check at the last second from Trubin to stop that 1-0.
Kind of what we were talking about before, using speed to get out of the zone, and a good chance there for McGowan, but unfortunately couldn't get past the Adrian defender.
Spedger spins it towards the front, and the Falcons have killed off their penalty. So we're back to even strength, 5-on-5 hockey. This is cartwheeled towards McCardle as it's collected by the Falcons. Hubenschmidt gives it away for Ava Litke. Now leading the rush, it's Natalie Mackerel. Mackerel in the zone, some tumbling around. Everybody came together. A backhand poked away by Gilbert. Hubenschmidt up ice Loose is Reardon. Reardon looking to find the net. Here's Hunter Reardon in, a good move, trying to stuff it and scores! Hunter Reardon! Things you love to see.
See, Reardon just finds a loose puck, bounces off the dasher, makes a nice move, initial shot, and it looks like she's able to stuff the rebound in too.
And you can see, judging by the reaction of her teammates, jumping for joy in the celly, that's a good feeling for the Bulldogs. And how about number 26, Hunter Reardon, making a statement here in this one. Big smile for 2-6 on the wing. So they'll go back after it and try and find another. 11:05 left to go. Here's a shot. Glove down by Gilbert. And holds on.
Pretty good crowd here today at the AIA. Forgot to mention before, but a lot of people in the seats, a lot of people cheering on the Adrian Bulldogs, and it's just a good atmosphere to see, take note of.
AIA faithful always show out for all 7 of our teams here on campus. Of course, our 2 NCAA teams, 3 men's ACHA, 2 women's ACHA. And a number of our teams pushing for big things in playoffs at this point in the year as LaSalle gets loose, sends it over towards the front, trying to find Lowry, who was out of position to try and tip the puck. Lowry to the front, LaSalle, big pad stomp. Great save from McCardle. Around the boards, it's Taylor who gets it. Forks it up the boards as it slid over, and a turnover in favor of the Falcons, but Courtney Ben recovers it nicely, was shielding on one end. Petruccia back. Off the boards and low, Hansen. Up ice for Johnson, who will carry over the blue line. Has Parmelo to her right. Johnson cuts to the middle, throws it on net, and a backhand away was McCardle.
Johnson, I'd imagine, looking for that hat trick tally.
Tipped in on net. Here it is. Pomerleau can't get it to go. That close.
A great tip there from Johnson. Man, the puck completely changed directions on that shot. It's a great effort there.
Pomerleau driving the slot. There's a stick down on a play. It flew out of somebody's hands. And that was Ava Litke. No icing on this, as it spiraled to our right. Johnson in the center. Trubin, Falcons were delayed offsides. They're still delayed, but the Bulldogs carry it out. Over the line. It's dumped into the zone, and skating it is Gibson. Roy torches it out. Mackerel loses it as she entered the zone. Cross ice pass for Anderson, who picks up the boots. Danish losing in her foot. Anderson gets a hit, maybe accidentally, from Mackerel. There's a delayed penalty on the play. Gilbert to the bench for the extra attacker. The Falcons touch it up, but the Bulldogs are going to get a power play here with 7:55 left to go in the third. Two-minute minor for slashing. It's Michaela Spedger who's going to have to sit for this one, and the Bulldogs looking to fare a little bit better on the power play. Haven't gotten anything to fall their way. This is their 4th time on the 5-on-4. This bounces around in the crease, punching for it, still loose. In the slot, Johnson takes it away. Trubin towards the net. I thought that one went in, but
I did too.
Went behind the net. Seemed like the bench started to celebrate as well.
Yeah.
Fooled me from up here in the booth.
Definitely a lot of close calls tonight with getting within inches of the post. Another thing to keep note of.
Trubin off to the side. Dopida skating for it. Fired out. Roy will caress it in the middle. Here's Trubin. Back pass for LaSalle. One touch for Roy. Now it's Johnson to the slot. Big shot saved by McCardle. Less than a minute in the 5-on-4 and 6:50 remaining in the 3rd period. LaSalle skates it. Takes it over the line. Dropped back and turned over. This is flipped sky high and settles down to the ice. Dumped into the zone. Puck moves right to left as Courtney Benn trying to gather it. Anderson, a pass to Hugh Danish. Takes a chop on the lumber. Danish getting around 2 defenders and gives it for Ben, who feathers a pass. Danish plays it through. 7 seconds left before we go back to even strength. Anderson around for Hansen. Can't get the shot to go. Out of the box is Spencer. And it's Courtney Ben. Anderson. Tripped up there. Ooh. Falcons wanted a call. There was somebody who definitely fell down on the ice. Hubenschmidt with wheels. Plays a backhand around the yellow kick plate. Ben with a good steal. Opens up for the forehand, tripped up. Concordia trying to get aggressive in the last couple of minutes to try and find something. There's Gia Avalone. Up and over the heads. A lead for Reardon, and she had some room, but it was sticked away from her. Chance in front. There's a quick shot from Carpenter.
Wow, left wide open, right in front. Great save.
.438 left to go in the 3rd period. Bulldogs just looking to close this one out and get to next weekend. St. Norbert and Foresters, your scoring update. The Green Knights winning over the Lakers, currently 1-0. 15:06 left to go in the 2nd period. Be very interested to see who gets out of that matchup. Lowry sends a shot on net, tipped, big save by McCardle. As it's escorted wide, Dopida cross ice. Avalone stepping off the blue. Hunts in the corner. Dopida to the top for Simon. Waits and dishes low as it skips around the boards. It's a soccer kicked by Avalone, and it gets around her. Some shifty moves from Gibson. Shot blocked in front, a backhand on net, saved by Gilbert, and they move it to the side. Zoe Lowry with wheels, a nice move, gets around, holds forehand, 2-on-1 situation for her. Just trying to create some space in the offensive zone, dumped it behind her, thought somebody was with her, but there was nobody. Pietruccia gets around. Carpenter. That was Bauer who tried to slap for it. 3:17 left to go here in the third period. Off the boards, Reardon will chase. Carpenter over the Bruiser logo at center ice. Left wing drive for Kurtz. Played to the middle, big glove save by Gilbert on that fast shot. Had to stay ready for that one.
That was a quick one. Good awareness from Gilbert there. 2:53 left in the third. But Bulldogs don't back down.
Spetcher is taken out. Whitaker will line up a shot as it rims wide. Up the boards, low rye. Some quick dangles. Anderson spins it low. Karam's around the half wall. As this shot rolling on net is stopped by the paddle and held onto by McCardle. And definitely as a fellow goaltender, you have to feel for Cami McCardle. Has played stellar this entire season, and the earlier series against the Bulldogs, she was extremely standout and kept her team in it, and it just has not gone her way here today, despite her best efforts.
Yeah, it just seems like tonight the bounces are definitely in favor of the Bulldogs, like we've seen with the net front plays, and just the rebounds have been going in the better direction for the Bulldogs.
Here's Carpenter with a shot. It's still loose. McCardle didn't cover it, so we continue on. This puck sent up for Spetcher. Sticked away, nice play by Kaylee Simon. Simon working her way through, turned it over on the bottom of the circle. Ooh, Bulldogs had too many skaters on the ice for a hot second there. Could have gotten caught. Here's Delpita with a good rush towards the net, taken out as the back check from Chandler Taylor was successful. Courtney Benn with a quick move, her feet taken from under her. No arm up on the play, as at this point really not needed. This is sent down the length of the ice for icing, and 65 seconds here remaining in the third period. A 7-0 lead for Adrian College as they've been on the gas pedal the entire time.
Definitely sets the tone for their opponents, whoever they'll face in the championship game. At a score like this, it really shows a good example of what the Bulldogs are capable of when it comes to taking a championship.
Seasons prior, Bulldogs had a lot more victories on their year where they had goal differentials like this. A little bit different this season, but a couple thrown into the mix. But I have to agree with you, this is very, very good momentum heading into next weekend, as there's a hit on the wall that's going to draw a call. Courtney Benn is going to go to the box, and we have an injured player down on the ice. We're going to step aside just for a second for a quick injury timeout. We'll be back in a second. You're watching Bulldog Hockey on ACTV.
Looking to become a future Bulldog and get recruited by Adrian College? Do you display characteristics of tenacity, drive, and determination? With over 50 teams on campus, there are plenty of opportunities to further both your athletic and academic career. For all recruiting inquiries, head to www.adrianbulldogs.com and click on the Recruit Me tab at the top right of your screen. Your future with the Bulldogs is closer than ever.
So it's Lily Kasher who is hurt on the play as it draws a 5-minute major call, as we're going to take a quick look at what transpired on that last play. It was a board battle. I don't think the intention was bad, but you see Ben just shove Kasher right from behind. That is a dangerous, scary play, and happy to see that she's okay. So we'll play out the last 40 seconds of this one. Bulldogs will be shorthanded. Here's some speed from Mackerel, a toe drag move from Simon. They work it towards the front of the net, it goes wide. Some friendly body contact from the Falcons. 20 seconds now. Bulldogs up on their feet with the fist bumps and the hugs. All smiles to our left. Mackerel will put it in reverse. It's Hutchins who carries it over. Gilbert will cover. They let the horn go. And the Bulldogs 1 win away from capturing the Slaats Cup and heading to the NCAA tournament. They absolutely blank Concordia University of Wisconsin. Your final 7-0 for the Bulldogs.
Sure, it's a good feeling for the Bulldogs to get such a great win right before they head into the Slaats Cup championship. As we were talking about before, you know, the score that is on the board is really going to set the tone for what is to come in the future.
So the Bulldogs take this one by a massive victory, and of course, the signs of respect for the Concordia seniors who, if they decide not to come back to play a 5th year, will have played their last game wearing a Concordia University of Wisconsin uniform. So our stick taps out to both of these sides, but of course the Falcons, with their season coming to a close, and a massive victory, we'll have to wait to find out who the Bulldogs are going to play next week. Whether it be St. Norbert or Lake Forest, it could be either of those two teams. St. Norbert still winning 1-0 with about 9 minutes left to go in the second period. But some big momentum for Adrian College as they head to the championship and the Slaats Cup playoffs next week. Any closing thoughts?
Bulldogs played an excellent game, you know. Like we said, it's just really going to provide structure and sort of backbone for the game they're going to need to have to play in order to win the Slaats Cup. A lot of good habits were made tonight by the Bulldogs. Really good forechecks, just really good rebound collection and control and getting things towards the opposing team's net and taking pride in their defensive zone. And that's really what they're going to continue to have to do to be successful in the future.
All right, 7-0 your final on this semifinal Saturday. Bulldogs top Concordia University of Wisconsin in this one and head to the Slaats Cup final. Alex Herman, Dylan Knighton signing off for this afternoon. We'll find out who the Bulldogs are going to play later today in the championship. But from all of us up here in the booth, thank you so much for tuning in. You've been watching Bulldog Hockey on ACTV. One more thing before we go. Our 3 stars for the game. Looks like all the stars are from Adrian College. Our 3rd star Our captain, Maya Roy, takes a little solo lap. Annie Gilbert, stopping all 22 of her shots in the 7-0 victory, gets the second star.
And today's first star with 2 goals on the afternoon, number 9,
Riley Johnson, our first star, 2 goals, 1 short of a hat trick. Gets the first star of the game. So we'll try it again, a 7-0 victory for Adrian College. As they head to the Slaats Cup final, we'll find out whether they'll play Lake Forest or St. Norbert later this evening. But from all of us up here in the booth, Alex Herman, Dylan Knighton signing off. You've been watching Bulldog Hockey on ACTV.